The topic is the Eight Dharmapala. The Eight Dharmapala Dharmapala means protector. It's a Sanskrit word. It means protectors of the Dharma. And this is a phrase that we find in Western texts, supposedly in translation. And it actually describes, or it's meant to describe, the eight main protectors of Tibetan Buddhism. Now this is not actually correct. What it is there is something called the Eight Wrathful Ones, and it is specific to the Gelug tradition of Tibetan Buddhism. And these eight Dharmapala, which are actually not all Dharmapalas, they're not all protectors, but they are all wrathful, or semi-peaceful, semi-wrathful. Now, this is specifically a Gelug tradition term, a grouping of deities, and we see it constantly, frequently, very frequently in art. Now, the makeup of this is, number one, Vajrabhairava, very wrathful manifestation of Manjushri. Then we have, Hayagriva, Shadbhuja, 6-arm, one face, 6-arm Mahakala, the Sri Devi in the Maxor Gyalmo form, meaning one face, 2 arms. Then Bekse-chen. Bekse-chen is also referred to as a red Mahakala. And then we have Yama Dharmaraja, who's a special protector deity within the Vajrabhairava cycle of teachings. Then we have Vaishravana riding a lion, and then the worldly protector, Tsongpa. Now, these are not all protectors. Vajrabhairava and Hayagriva are both meditational deities. They're yidams, Ishta Devata. The Mahakala, Sri Devi, Bekse, and Yama are all wisdom protectors, meaning they are regarded as being enlightened and on the level of a Buddha. And then the last two, Vaishravana, riding a lion, and Tsongpa, these are worldly deities. So we have a real mix here. We have a mixture of meditational deities, we have a mixture of wisdom protectors and worldly protectors. Now, this is not the only list. Different Gelugpa monasteries will substitute different deities which are more particular to their monastery or their region of Tibet or the Himalayas. So it's not a fixed list. It's fluid. Now, the main figures are generally Vajrabhairava, the one face, 6-arm Mahakala, Sri Devi. These are generally found in the many different lists of the so-called Eight Dharmapala. Now, why they're important for art? They're important for art because very often you have paintings of Vajrabhairava surrounded by protector deities. Now, the reason for this is because when you're doing the Gelugpa protector deity rituals, the self-generation form of the practitioner is Vajrabhairava. It can also be Hayagriva, but generally it's Vajrabhairava. Other traditions have different systems. The Sakyas use Vajrakila. The Ngorpas use Bhuttadhamara Vajrapani. Shangpa Kagyu practitioners use Hayagriva. So there's different systems in other traditions, but within the Gelug tradition, you have this system of self-generation Vajrabhairava, and then you have the list of the main protectors of your specific Gelug monastic monastery establishment tradition. So this is just an introduction to this what's called the Eight Dharmapalas.